Hi Ruth, thank you. Hello everyone, hope you can all hear me okay. Thank you for the lovely introduction. So my role at NHS England is Strategic Complaints Lead. I've been at NHS England for nearly 7 years now, which seems like only yesterday. I jumped from working as a working complaints manager at Adam Brooks in Cambridge, where I was for many years. So as Ruth mentioned, I was really keen that the great work that PALS and complaints teams do, as well as the clinical staff that work alongside them to support them in responding to complaints and feedback, I was really keen that we created something that gave those staff the opportunity to be recognised for the great work that they do. Sometimes they're not the best at shouting up themselves about the great work they do. They're usually very humble and sort of hide in the background. So we created this award a few years back, and we've had some lovely nominations and some worthy winners in previous years, and again a great selection of nominees this year as well. I think it's worth just giving a note to all PALS and complaint staff, and again including those that work in primary care who aren't perhaps dedicated complaint staff but do the job on top of all their other roles, to say what great work they've been doing during the pandemic. NHS England and NHS Improvement endorsed a pause on the complaints process, but that didn't mean for a second that anybody stopped. Lots of teams were working in fantastically different ways to try and ensure that patients and the public were heard, had concerns listened to and responded to, and had to work in very different ways and continue to do so. I think with the move to working from home, the complaints roles are probably one of the most difficult to do. I think it's challenging for patients, I think, to be conducting a complaints conversation from their living room, but so too for our complaint staff, who are in essence inviting complainants into their living room too when speaking to them about issues that they may have. So as always, I always want to support those staff. You may be aware that the Parliamentary and Health Service Ombudsman has a consultation that closes tomorrow called the Complaint Standards Framework. That's looking to really ramp up the role of complaints handling, and I think one of the things I'm really positive about regarding that piece of work is the recognising the need to professionalise the role of complaints handling, to recognise how great that work is, and to support the staff that do it. So I just want to give a nod to that. I can see in the chat bar that there are some comments already flowing about my shirts. So in previous years, for anyone that's attended the awards, they've tended to be particularly gaudy. I seem to recall 2 years ago it was very good and helpful to me that I had a particularly patterned shirt, because about 2 minutes before I took to the stage I'd tipped coffee all down myself, but thankfully due to the nature of the pattern it actually didn't show. So there is something to be said for loud shirts in certain occasions. But thank you again for the opportunity to be with you today and to talk about turning it around. And as Ruth also mentioned, it's me that you can blame for the Spotify playlists. If you've been to Penn in the past, you'll have heard music playing as people take to the stage or come into the theatre. Yeah, they're my choices to try and reflect the theme of the award in question, and also to try and put an uplifting playlist together. So even if you don't necessarily know all the songs that are on the playlist, if you've seen it, give it a go. You might find something new that you like.